Greetings. My name is Brent Williams-Ruth, and I am a member of the Washington State Bar Association since June of 2002. I'm seeking the election to the at-large position on the Board of Governors so I can continue my main belief of being an ambassador for the association. Yes, the Board of Governors is a place for policy setting, but it's also about the members and the public. A little bit about me is that I've always been someone who's been outgoing, who's engaged the communities I've been part of, whether it was in school, whether it was through professional associations before the Washington State Bar Association, or whether it was just in my local neighborhood and serving on my HOA, which I don't do anymore. I love to spend time with my husband traveling, scuba diving, including here in the Puget Sound. We are cold water divers. And then just relaxing around our home where both my husband and I are Rosarians who have over 50 rose bushes to our backyard presently. The purpose of the at-large position on the Board of Governors, as set forth in our bylaws, is to help the board have a greater diversity of membership. There are two at-large positions that are for historically underserved and underrepresented segments of the Bar Association, and one is specifically set aside for our Young Lawyers Division. I am seeking the position that is for historically underrepresented individuals and groups. And as a member of the LGBT community, as well as a practicing attorney serving with dyslexia, I'm looking forward to reaching out and continuing the role and service of the at-large to all of the minority bar associations, but also all of our members, whether they are located within the state of Washington or without. We have almost as many attorneys in Washington licensed in the Bar Association that actually practice out of state. Personally, I have friends that live in Texas, Florida, Colorado, New York, Montana, and Idaho, and Oregon, all of whom are dues-paying WSBA members who actually still practice in the state of Washington. So I believe that this role is first and foremost ambassadorial. It's about being a conduit of information for the association, both hearing and giving to all of our members and the public. Obviously, the Board of Governors is a policy-setting arm of the association, and so it's to engage in and be prepared for all of the various debates that come to the Board of Governors regarding where we're going to take the association in the future. The most recent example of my commitment to diversity, equity, and inclusion was when the minority bar associations collectively sent the Board of Governors a correspondence on April 6th. This was discussed and brought to the executive committee, of which I am presently a member. And though the letter itself is an amazing policy position and aspirational goals of where we want to be in terms of diversity, equity, and inclusion, it didn't have any actionable items. And so I requested that President Tollefson appoint an ad hoc committee where I will be serving as chair with 3 other governors and then 4 members of our minority bar associations who will then work together as a subgroup to come up with specific actionable items that we'll bring back to the Board of Governors. We hope to have this accomplished by our July 2022 meeting. But going back even before then, when I first joined the Board of Governors, we had just began trainings regarding diversity and equity and inclusion. And one of the comments was how she felt alone when people were saying things that she felt were not inconsistent or were inconsistent with our mission. And my promise to her during that session, and my promise to everyone, is that I will speak up. If there is something that I believe to be inappropriate or inconsistent with our values, I will say something. That's been where I've served for the last term, and I look forward to another opportunity to do the same. I really believe that there are 3 fundamental big issues facing the bar right now, and they all relate to the future. The first is fundamentally who becomes a member of the Washington State Bar Association and what do they have to do to get here? I presently am the co-chair of the Washington State Supreme Court Task Force regarding bar licensure. And I hope through being reelected, I'll be able to continue in this role and finish that work. While being co-chair with Justice Montoya Lewis, I'm also the chair of the Character and Fitness Subcommittee because of my prior experience serving on the Character and Fitness Board. Beyond that, we have the issue of the association itself. What is the best structure that serves our members and the public and complies with our own obligations and duties in our aspirational mission statement? Right now, we're in the conversation regarding where we should go, and we hope to have an answer before the end of this term to the Supreme Court. However, this is not going to end this inquiry into what's the best association, especially given what we're seeing coming from the United States Supreme Court. And so then finally, the last issue is fundamentally relating to individual members, and that's our finance. Last year, I attempted to become the Washington State Bar Association treasurer, and one of the issues I brought forward then, and would do again if I'm reelected to this position, is to examine the possibility of becoming a co-op type structure, where any money that we have beyond a set reserve amount to ensure that we have appropriate safety nets for budgetary constraints would be then to refund any overage back to our members in proportion to the dues that were paid. Whether or not this can actually happen, I don't know. But if I'm given an opportunity to serve again and then attempt to become treasurer, that is going to be where I spend our policy time looking at the fiscal policies that impact every single member of this association. Thank you.